Oh my god, I'm excited. What an evening. This is gonna be pretty awesome. One of my favorite foods on the barbecue, folks. Tonight is the oyster edition. All right, let me just see if I can get Jack connected in here. Jack's Meat Shack. I'm looking. I'm looking forward to Jack. This is going to be a new experience for us. Jack, mate. Yeah.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm pretty bloody excited, mate. You know that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is really different. This is really cool.
Well, you know what, mate? I went. I thought to myself, I better try one because I've never had one before. So I thought I better try it before I actually go onto Instagram Live and try one. They're
Yeah.
nice, aren't they?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. A bit of a moment in history, mate.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I think.
check these out. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Look, they
Oh,
look pretty damn beautiful.
oh my god. Well,
Yeah.
we've got someone pretty special to thank you for this. You know, you remember Jack?
Yeah. Katie, the oyster lady, down by the seaside.
Katie, the oyster lady. Yeah, she's going to join us from Newquay in Cornwall. She's going to join us from the boats. The boathouse in Newquay
Yeah.
near Bar 55. Hello, Dre Impala and the smartest guy. Yeah, but yeah, no, she's done a wonderful job. But she's sorted out us with some oysters and some recipes, and these are going to be pretty special, mate, aren't they?
Oh, mate, I'm looking forward to it.
Ah, excellent. Oh, so you're in for a beer first. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
as always. Beer before wine, and you'll be fine.
all right. Well, I've skipped the beer before and gone straight to the wine, so I've gone for a nice Sauvignon Blanc.
That's not like you.
Yeah. No, well, no, it was all oysters today. I thought, no, I'm not going to have, I'm going to go straight to the wine. I'm not going to have that sort of beer taste.
You don't want to mix it up.
No, I'm excited about these oysters. So, what are you cooking up first, mate?
So I've got two recipes to try. I'm going to try the shipwrecked, which is one of Katie's own recipes. So what I've done is I made like basically like a Bloody Mary mix. So Big Tom, I put a little bit of horseradish in, some Worcester sauce, and just going to put a little bit of each in the actual shells on the grill, and then let them pull away, and then that's it. That's good.
All right. Well, let's take a step back, okay? Right.
Yep.
So, whilst you're going to be grilling and stuff, right, and setting up tripods and things like that, right? Now, before you got to that stage, right, you received some oysters, didn't you? Now, the oysters came to you. How did they come to you? Well, they came to the same to me, and then what did you do? And then how does it work from there? And then, by the way, we've got a specialist, Katie. She's going to really grill us to make sure we've done this right. But,
You know what? I did my homework, actually. I actually watched Katie's tutorial of how to shuck one. So what you do is you store them cup side down. So obviously you preserve the liquor in the actual oyster. And she sends you like a little knife, a shucking knife. So obviously cup side down, knife in, wiggle.
Something like that?
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Wiggle side to side. Don't twist because you don't want to break the shell.
Yeah.
And then you pop that lid, and then once that lid's open, you skirt around the top of the shell.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no meat on the top. Then you get underneath and take away I think it's the abductor muscle. I can't remember, but she'll tell us. And that's it. That's how you shuck the oyster. And then I put them on the tray here with some salt, so they sit cup side down.
Okay. Well, I did exactly the same, mate. I followed the exact same instructions that Katie gave us, and it worked out spot on. I was surprised at quite how easy it was, and how. I think it was more dangerous at one stage, so I wasn't going to game to do it on TV here. I
mean, I didn't use the tea-towel. I just held it in my hand. Like, I know that's dangerous, but yeah.
Oh yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Live on the wild side.
Yeah. But yeah, I used the tea towel. I rolled it around my thumb. So there's a sort of technique you roll it around your thumb, and that way, then if the knife does slip, Hey, cool, Greg too. How are you, mate? We'll come down and see you in Camden. But I did that. I did exactly the same. I got the oysters, received them, put them straight away in the fridge. Well, put them in a bowl in the fridge first with cup side down, a wet towel over the top. Apparently they keep for 5 days.
Okay.
So
yeah.
there's a couple more days. I haven't eaten them all yet, so I think there'll be a few more going on in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, I've done 10 here for the 2 recipes. So obviously, yeah, do like 5 and 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you can actually buy these, can't you, from Katie's website? I think she's aiming to be one of the most sustainable oyster sort of distributors in the UK. So always up for something that's sustainable, low impact on the environment. Yeah.
Yep. So it's available. Her Instagram page is the Oyster Lady, and from there there'll be a link to her website, which I believe is the oysterlady dot something or other. How's that? .co.uk, I believe.
Okay.
Katie, if you could put it up on the Instagram here, so everybody knows, that it would be a big help for everyone. One little thing to mention, Jack, too. Here you go.
Go on, buddy.
All right, well, I shuck some oysters. I shuck some oysters as well. How's that? How
What's
to
that
do?
underneath them? That ball bearings or something? What's that?
I think Katie's going to have a word with me here, but I didn't have any crushed ice or salt, so I used lentils. How's that?
A man of your caliber not having any crushed ice? How are you going to have your martini?
Well, more importantly, what was I doing with lentils? But anyway. So I've kept there's plenty of juice kept in the oysters here. I don't know if that's easy to see there, but you can still see there's all the original lovely sea juice floating around.
Did you taste one raw? Like,
I think I might do it before I put my first recipe on. How's that?
Yeah.
Like down the hatch, live on Instagram. How's that sound?
Yeah. I'll cheers to that. I'll cheers to that.
Here we go. Are you gonna have one?
Yeah.
Let's
cheers.
do it, Brian. Cheers, Bert Champion.
That's lovely. You know when people say it tastes like the sea?
Yeah.
Oh, you cannot.
Yeah. Well,
mate.
They're superb. I don't know if I could be bothered cooking them now.
I thought there was a bit of shell, but it was a bit of salt.
All right, so similar to you, Jack, I've got a couple of recipes as well. I'm going to do before we cut over to Katie in a minute, because also too, Katie's going to give away some oysters apparently. So for everybody must check out her Instagram, and all of the instructions are there. But she's going to give away some oysters to a lucky viewer, and she'll do it live as well. She sprung it on its last minute, mate.
You know what? I don't think it's oysters. I think it's like a whole tasting experience from what I remember. I think it's like a £250 oyster experience. I remember seeing it on her Instagram. So.
Oh my gosh! All right. Well, everyone, get over there, check it out. Swipe up. No, you can't do it here. Keep watching, and Katie will announce a winner there. So there is a bit of a competition going on there. So keep watching, and you'll be amazed. I've seen Katie in action in town here in Mayfair, and but it's incredible to see how it's all going. And her knowledge on oysters is sensational. But let's get cooking, because we've got to get over and have a yarn to her soon. So let me put a couple of these on. So I'm cooking on the Weber charcoal here. I'm on the Master Touch. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll use a bit of. It's quite hot. I'll go just off to the edge of the direct heat, I think.
I mean, I'm on the Kamado Joe Classic 3, and I chose the cast iron grill grates because they're quite wide and they're quite like indented, so you can actually rest them in the grooves of the actual grate. Okay. But then we should add as well. We got sent a little present, didn't we, from the good people at Black Cow Vodka?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. What was that? I'll put my glove on in a minute.
Yeah. So, tablespoon of our shipwreck mix into the shell.
Yeah. I've actually gone and decanted it into a little squirty thing here. So
Yeah, that actually came with, because this is one of Katie's recipes, as we said. So this is what she suggested to do, and spritz it with the actual vodka to get like a little bit of flambe action.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. So, all right. So I put on the Big Tom, the tomato sauce first.
Yeah.
A lovely sip of Carolina Sauvignon Blanc. Then a bit of Worcestershire sauce. It's going on now.
Lovely.
You pre-made your mix, didn't you? You did.
Yeah, I pre-made mine because I thought get it done, and then got the little bottle of decanted some of the Black Cow vodka into a little spray bottle.
You're kind of sensible like that. You're really cool like that. I'm a little bit more sort of
always prepared, mate. Prepare to fail to prepare, something like that.
I've got a bit of this stuff that I'm going to put on there. Some Chipotle Tabasco as well.
Oh, nice.
All right, just a couple of drops. I think we'll do that.
Yeah.
So, how are yours working out? Mine, I've got a couple that are quite near the heat that are on the boil for a bit, so I'm going to let them boil for a moment.
I mean, the beauty with the Kamado is that it's all near the heat. You know what I mean? It's so the grill's at 200 degrees Celsius, so already we're starting to get, some little bubbles, which is good. And then once we get a little bit of flame, we'll spray some vodka on.
Right, I'm going the glove here.
Yeah, I've got the glove and I've got the tongs as well. So
that's quite a warm little spot there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll pour a glass of vino while you're there.
These are going to come out at different stages, so I'm going to attempt the flambe now. How's that, Jack? Whilst you have a chilled glass Sauvignon Blanc. How's that sound?
Go for it.
Doing here some of the vodka. All right, you ready? You ready for this, Jack? Do you think I should have a fireproof suit on, or?
Nah, you'll be right, mate.
You'll be right, mate. Famous last words.
He says.
Here we go. Oh. Well, that's a bit of an anticlimax. Here we go. Yeah, all right. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Let me have a go.
Maybe you got stronger vodka. Hello, Wesley from Brazil. Confessions of a Food Freak. How are ya? One is Trepe. How are ya? Can I have some oysters? Sure. They're just here. All right. I think we've only got a little bit of time now, and then I think we should cut over to Katie fairly soon, Jack. So I think we should have one of these. We're going to need it for a moment to just chill for a second, I think. So I'm going to grab one of those off, and I'm going to put it on my little presentation plate. What do you think of this one? You'll like that one.
What you got there?
Here's my oyster presentation plate.
Is that some green beans?
No.
What is it? Oh, Sandfire.
Hey, how's that?
Oh.
Whoa. Not enough Sandfire by the look of it. I'm going to have to get some more Sandfire on there. I'll just hand it to faithful assistant. But there you go. How do I request to join? Katie. Okay. There's a button in there somewhere, and we might request you as well. Okay. But I'm just going to rest this on the... How does that look, everyone? Look at that.
It's good.
Can you see that, Jack?
Looking good, mate.
Can you see the steam coming off it? Ooh. That's making me excited.
Well, let me get one of mine off.
Rowan Slow, how are you, mate? Good to catch up with you this morning. See you down the markets, doing a bit of shopping. How's that, mate? Oh my God, Jack, mate! I haven't had the oyster yet. Just had the sauce. It's sensational.
Just making sure it's not hot.
Oh my God, it doesn't need long off there. Doesn't need long off there at all, mate.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, mate. Whoa, that's lovely. That is nice.
Sorry for the delay, Katie. I've got to have another one of these. These are too damn good, mate. Katie's going to tell us what sort of oysters are they too, you know?
Oh, that's got a nice kick to it as well.
Yeah. Oh, with that Tabasco. Yeah. Can you see that, everybody? Oh my God. I've got to have another one. And then we're going to get Katie in. How's that?
Do it. A little sip of wine. Let's go with it.
That sauce is sensational. That shipwreck sauce, mate. Wow.
Oh, that wine's nice as well. It goes with it, doesn't it?
Oh, no. I think we struck gold, Jack. I think we struck gold, Jack.
I would agree, mate. That was lovely.
What a dish. What a dish. Okay. I think we'd better cut over to the oyster lady. I'm sure she's doing something pretty amazing wherever she is.
Yeah.
Down in Cornwall there. And that'll give me time to get these oysters off here as well. And you're okay on your own there for a minute then, Jack, eh?
I'm going to get the second ones on, and I am going to I've started melting my butter already. So what we're going to do is get the grill proper hot, pour the butter over, and then we're just going to smoke them. Flame flambe style. Yeah.
Mate, I can't wait. I can't.
I'll carry on watching though, because I've got a phone set up. Look at that.
Oh my God. Good looking fella.
Yeah, mate. He's at the top though.
Cheeky fella. I'm going to hang up on you now.
All right, mate.
Been a bit. Catch you in a minute.
Bye.
Here we go. All right, now we've got someone very important that's going to join us. Request Katie, the oyster lady. So we've just requested her now. There should be some sort of bleep, bleep, bleep going on her phone there. I'm going to take some oysters off. Oh, Katie, how you going?
Hello. We're just figuring out the technology down here at the beach. Bear with me.
Don't they have technology in Cornwall?
We're working on it. But we've got this.
Oh, wow. Wow. So tell us about where you are. Where are you? Apparently, you're at a restaurant, in a bar, on the beach?
Well, a bit of both, really. It's the Boathouse restaurant, but because of the situation we're dealing with at the moment, it's become the Boathouse Food Hub, and the bar is being run by a company called 55 Yards, and this little outpost is going to be called 5 Yards because it's 5 yards from the beach. Perfection.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
You're going to come down and visit when you can.
Love to. What is it? Is it been a sunny day there, or is it sort of broken up?
This is the best it's been, I think.
Okay.
But you know what? When I saw Jack's video, I thought he'd actually done like a here's one I prepared earlier, like a few days ago in the sunshine. It was stunning up there.
Yeah. I don't know. He's got a bit of a lucky spot. We're a bit overcast.
There's like a little window in the clouds above his house.
It just parted for him. How's that? Barbecue. So anyway, tell us a bit about the oysters. You sent us some oysters. Where are these from? Where do you get them? And what's special about them?
These are they're one of my favourite oysters. They're from a family called the Marshall family. And it's originally from a dairy farm, believe it or not, and they diversified about 30 years ago to grow rock oysters. Now, rock oysters originally came from Japanese waters, but they've been naturalized in the UK for years. And they're just an incredibly sustainable source of protein. And I love these. They've won blind taste tests across the country numerous times. I saved this one in particular because it's like a perfect example of an oyster. You've got lovely flat cup like lid there, deep cup, and it's this teardrop shape. You see?
It's a little dark on the camera. Maybe around the other way where we can get the light.
Okay, how's that?
That's it. Oh, there you go. And we can see you as well a little bit better.
So I was saying it's the flat lid, nice cup, and teardrop shape. It's just perfect.
Say they were originally from Japan then?
Japanese waters. It's, like we've got pheasants and wood pigeons running around the UK. It's not a natural species here. It's not indigenous. We do have native oysters that grow on the south coast of Cornwall and a few other spots around the country, which are indigenous to the UK. These ones were naturalised about 30 years ago.
Okay. And what are they called?
Species, so it's all good.
What's their name? What's the name of them?
Oh, these are porcili rock oysters. So you get rock oysters and native oysters in the UK, and these are rocks.
So a rock oyster, what's the difference?
It's a different species. So they'll look completely different. This is the teardrop shape, deep cut. A native oyster, which you can only get between sort of September, October time and April time, is a sort of round, brown, flat oyster. Okay. Looks and tastes completely different.
Okay, wow. All right, well, I think you've already got a devotee already, Jack. He'd never tried oysters before.
I saw that. I thought it was quite interesting. Like, suddenly you decided to try one just before coming on camera. It was probably a wise idea. It can go on your way when you're doing it sort of live for the first time, but it's always best to find out if someone likes them before you start filming.
Okay. You've converted someone over to. They've seen them.
Oh, I love that, a virtual conversion.
So you're cooking up there as well, I believe?
Yeah, I've got my little barbecue done on the tabletop here. And yeah, I've got my oyster tray. I'll just pick it up to show you. Give
us a look at your grill. Give a couple of tech specs on the grill first. Where's it from? Who it is? What are you cooking with?
That grill, that is my own design.
Yeah.
And it's just brilliant because you can put it in your oven at home. You can put it in the grill. You can put it on top of a barbecue. You can even put it on top of a campfire on the beach. We've done that many times. Okay. And these grooves around the edges here stop the oysters slip sliding around, so you don't lose the liquor, which is quite precious. Wow. At present, this grill is a prototype, so yeah. You have to hold your horses if you want one.
Want one? Wait, one. Just one.
That you want one? To know when they're ready to go.
Okay, great news. So, and these oysters there that you've got there cooking away, so tell us, what have you got on those at the moment? There?
I haven't actually started. I was waiting for you guys. I've shucked a few, but what we've got is, we've got the, I think you guys have just done the starter, haven't you? With the shipwrecked Mary in a half shell.
Yes.
So we've got garlic and rosemary, which is the main course.
Wow.
And it's really simple. You just chop up some garlic. Yeah. Sorry, it always gets in everywhere. And sprinkle a bit of fresh rosemary on there. Okay. And it's up to you. Like, if you're dairy free, you don't have to have butter. Butter makes everything better, in my opinion.
Yep.
And you just put a bit of butter in there. And so that's the main course. And then what we've got here is a little bit more unusual. It's what I call aphrodisia. And that's my dessert oyster. So it's actually a sweet oyster. And so we've got a little bit of butter under here, dark chocolate, and demerara sugar. And it all melts down into a glorious, heavenly oyster. So I'm just gonna, I haven't got as like posh kit as you guys. It's on its way.
Yeah.
This works just as well.
That looks amazing.
What's that?
That looks amazing. Wow.
Thank you. So I was wondering, whilst those are cooking, should we try the, because I was lucky enough to get some of that Black Cow vodka arrived today.
Did you? Wow. How come I'm the one? How come I'm the only one that did it? Was
I know, isn't that strange? I suppose because it's like Cornwall or closer. And your oysters later than everyone else's as well. Do you live in like a Bermuda Triangle in London?
I don't know. I think so. Yeah, it must be a delivery hole.
So yeah, basically one of my favourite things, a really, really simple cocktail, because I love a bit of oyster mixology, it's a thing, is a dirty martini with oysters and vodka.
Yeah.
And it's literally as simple as it gets. Should we do one of those?
Yes, please. Yes. I'd love it.
You can virtually enjoy it from there. So it's just, I suppose I should use a measure, seeing as I've got a barman here, a bar owner helping out today. Thank you, Paul.
Hi,
it's
Paul.
just
Hi.
G'day, mate.
So you just basically a measure of vodka.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shuck fresh for this.
Okay.
Where's my lovely instrument? Can you see okay?
That's something we're going to see. We're going to see you shuck live.
Oh, yeah,
Some
yeah.
live shucking. Because Jack and I, we did it all secretly off camera. We were scared.
I know you did. But you did pretty well, guys, I have to say. I was checking out. I was doing a little bit of quality control checking on your shucked oysters. I did find it hilarious that King of the Barbecue, like Tomahawk Steak Man, had his oysters on a pile of lentils. Absolutely hilarious.
I was waiting for that to come up.
Yeah, because you weren't using them for cooking; they were there handy.
Oh yeah, I don't know, they're for the cat or something like that, maybe. They've been in the cupboard for years, you know.
Cool. So we'll shut this oyster. I just popped the end off, which is I call a little cigar snap, and it just gives you access. You can see more clearly into the hinge of the oyster.
Yeah.
And then nice firm grip, knife in and push firm, and already you can feel like there's a bit of purchase in there. And then just a little simple twist and pop it open. It's a lot simpler than you'd expect. Then what I do is turn it in. I like using these metaphors. That's cigar hold. Is that a metaphor or simile? I don't know. You see it's holding it like a cigar.
Yeah.
And the reason you've got your finger across the top is because you're going to slice the adductor muscle, which attaches this shell here to the rest of the oyster. And you don't want to...
Is that the bottom muscle? Is that the bottom muscle, the adapter muscle, is it?
It's called an adductor muscle, and it's actually a muscle that goes from top to bottom. It goes between the two because it's a bivalve mollusk. So it matches the two valves, which are essentially the two sides of the shell, to each other, so they can open and close. So yeah, we just slide the knife in. I use my thumb to keep it open, and then check whether the adductor muscle is attached to the top shell. Finger down the top, knife underneath and push, and then you get an absolutely stunning clean slice through. And one of my phrases when I'm teaching is shave the shell. Don't cut the adductor muscle, shave the shell. That's how you got to think of it.
Okay. I think I might have missed a couple of tricks there. I did reasonably
That's all right. You didn't manage to make it to my masterclass. Next time in London, you can come. So basically, and what's wonderful about oysters is they actually keep pumping out this lovely oyster liquor if you leave them. So, you know, you can,
muscle bit itself. Inside the actual muscle bit itself, is there a lot of moisture in there, is there? Yeah,
we call that oyster liquor. And you want to get rid of as much of the shell fragment there as possible. Okay. And this is what we call oyster liquor. And if you were in a bar, you'd have a little sieve to filter it. But dirty martini, just pour that straight in.
Yeah.
And you'll see, it's nice to have equal measures just for your own sort of sobriety. Equal measure of oyster liquor to vodka. But what you'll notice, if you see I've tipped that out, and then you sort of go back, and then there's more. The oyster actually keeps pumping it out.
Okay.
So you can. What I tend to do is, if, for example, I want a lot of oyster liquor for making these shipwreck Marys and martinis or anything else, you just shuck them into a sieve, and then you have your oyster meat, which you can make. What am I thinking? Deep fry tempura oysters, and you've got all your oyster liquor as well. So it's a really nice way of using both without wasting anything. And there we go again. Look at that. Even more's come out.
It's an incredibly versatile food then.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously everyone knows them for being eaten raw, which I have absolutely no problem with. I love them raw. Yeah. And with a dirty martini, some people would chuck the whole oyster into this drink. But I prefer to keep the oyster out of it because it just doesn't add anything to the oyster or the drink. The oyster liquor on its own makes it wonderful.
So here's a question for you then, Katie, that I get asked quite often is, so I quite like barbecued oysters. Right? Now, there's lots of different types of oysters. There's small ones, there's big ones, there's round ones. Yeah. Which are the best to be barbecued? What
big ones. Basically, you want an oyster with a nice deep cut, lots of liquor, and a really good meat to shell ratio. So meat to shell ratio is basically quite self-explanatory. Like if you shuck an oyster, you want the meat to be nicely filling the shell, and a good amount of liquor like these have. And as you can see, both of some of them are just plain. And can you see this one over here? Nothing's been put in that, but can you see how the liquor's changed colour?
Oh,
See what?
it has, yeah. Is that
It's
that's
got
just
a
from
coppery
barbecue?
colour.
Okay.
So,
This is
I just wanted to show you this. I don't know if you can see it. Should we hold it up to the light? Yeah, we can maneuver around here, thankfully. Can you see that? So it's not just a pure vodka now. It's got that mistiness, and that's a dirty martini
okay.
with oysters. And it's hard. Obviously, you can't taste this over the camera, but
But we can cheers before you taste it.
you've got your drinks ready, chaps. Let's go. I've seen you do this before on camera. You've got to...
Okay. So now...
That is amazing. It's simple, like just literally the oyster liquor and vodka, and it's this amazing combination.
Okay, wow. All right. Well, I can't wait to try it when vodka. How's that sound?
So,
So now
have you guys been cooking the other recipes as well?
we have, and I'm going to chuck on some in a moment before we go over to Jack. But because apparently you're going to do a bit of a giveaway. You're going to.
Oh yes.
You've got
You know what I'm thinking though, because I want it to be as fair as possible.
Yeah.
And I know that people have been sort of adding and tagging and stuff since we've been live. I'm going to have to call the winner afterwards. I'm going to have to announce the winner afterwards.
Okay.
Because I can't check everyone who's entered since we've been online.
Right.
The prize is a voucher to my top of the range masterclass, which is called an Australia course.
Yeah.
And that's basically like, like you have sommelier for wine. This is Australia for oysters. So we go really deep dive into oyster culture. So it's 4 hours and you just learn everything, lots of different types of oysters, oyster recipes, storage, shucking, mixology, oyster heaven. So that's usually £250 per person. So that's one of those plus a dozen oysters and an oyster knife. So you're tooled up, plus a bottle of the Dr. Seaweed, Weed and Wonderful Intense Seaweed Oil, because it goes brilliantly with oysters.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we've got.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, so everyone out there, and I think after this as well, I'll put it up on my my page, and Jack will put it up on his page as well for people.
Thank you.
And I've only seen you briefly in action towards the end of the session. Whoever wins that is in for a sensational learning. A sensational.
We have fun.
Time.
It's fun learning.
Okay. Well. I better go back over to Jack. He gets a bit lonely sometimes.
That's fair enough. Yeah, he's just lonely there in the sunshine.
Is there anything you'd like to add before we leave? Any secret tips on oysters? Anything you wish to add for us?
One of the biggest things that I always come up against with oysters is people thinking you literally just swallow them whole. And there's people who've been eating them for years like that. And it's such a shame because, it's quite a big piece of protein in there. And again, look, that's the one that I've drained a couple of times. There's all that liquor coming out again. An oyster takes about 2 to 3 years to get to marketable size, and it's a precious, beautiful thing. Yeah. So what I would encourage everyone to do is not just knock it back and swallow it whole. Always chew an oyster, because you're missing out on this whole flavor profile and sort of sensation if you just knock it back. So yeah, that's my biggest thing. Always take your time.
All right. Well, you've converted me now anyway, and into chewing it down, and you've converted Jack to the world of oysters today. How's that?
He's got a whole lovely journey ahead of him. It's just started. But thank you so much for inviting me on, and like I say, come down to this beautiful part. Look how gorgeous it is, even when it's raining.
Wow. Well, thank you very much, Katie. Thank you very much for the boathouse. Thank you very much, bar 55, bar 12, bar 17, bar
5 yards. 55 yards.
But thank you very much for looking after us, and thank you for joining us. And everybody, get on Katie's page and look at the competition and join to learn some more about oysters. Okay?
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Katie. Have a wonderful night. Bye. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We've got to get some more oysters on the barbecue. I think Jack will be getting lonely here. Jack. Here we go. Add. Whew. Jack, how are you?
I'll tell you what, good thing you called me back. I would have eaten all these otherwise. I've eaten all the other ones. They're gone, look.
Oh, you're down to your last one. You're down to your dessert oyster, are you?
No, I'm on the main course. I've got them on the grill.
All right. I'm going to put mine on. You talk about yours for a moment. I'm going to chuck mine on. How's that sound?
So, Katie obviously sent us over a few recipes, and this was the main course. Like, it's called I think like never-ending gobstopper, she described it as, and it was basically like a roast dinner in an oyster. So it called for things like onion, parsley, basically all stuff I couldn't get. So what I did is I've got some butter. It's from, I'll show you, hold on.
Oh, sorry, I need to pop up here.
Sublime butter. It's truffle, parmesan, and black pepper. So then what I've done is I've melted it in my little skillet. I'll show you. There we are. Melted it in my little skillet, and then we're just going to pour the frothing butter on top. Woo! That's better, isn't it? Look at that. There we go. There we go, son.
How did you do that? You got a little bit of flame action going there.
Woo! Fresh butter.
You're warming my cockles. Here we go. I've got another 6 I'm going to put on as well. I'm going to do another cookie.
I'll tell you what, though, how interesting is Katie? I could have listened to her all day talk about oysters. That's so interesting. You know what? I was going to say to you to ask, like, when it comes to price, how much are you talking for 12 oysters? I've no idea.
Well, I think you'd have to check it out on a website. They are.
Yeah.
I'd imagine they're seasonal as well.
Yep.
And there's probably different varieties as well. You know, I've lived in Sydney, Australia. We have Sydney rock oysters, and we have all sorts of ones there, and you get all these fantastical prices for things and different seasons, different times. So, you know, the thing about oysters is that it's just not one. You know, it's not like buying a fillet steak. It's you know.
No, interesting. I like the idea of the sommelier of oysters.
Yeah, Australia,
yeah.
How's that? Pretty clever.
Yeah, I'm definitely an oyster convert, though, as you say. Not many oysters in East London, though. You can't go to the River Lee and get a nice oyster out of there, mate. Maybe a shopping trolley or an old car or something, but yeah, not a oyster. So yeah.
Well, there's plenty of good fishmongers about, and I believe Katie does delivery, so you know, just order some from her. She's cool. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask for more, could you? It came APC overnight. Next day, it all came all in a polythene box, chilled. You know, they've been in the fridge ever since. Beautiful.
Right, so I'm going to do a couple of different ones here, Jack. Right, I'm going to do a couple of different barbecues. I'm going to do the roast dinner and a half shell.
Yep. And
I'm going to do some bacon barbecue ones. How's that sound?
Is this what you were saying to me, the, what's it called?
Kilpatrick.
Kilpatrick, yeah.
No, well, Kilpatrick's a little bit different. You have to do that under a grill with cheese and bacon, and it needs the in the top, you know. But this one, we've got the fantastic ingredient which I love, bacon. Oh, hang on, I've skipped a stage apparently. First of all, I'm going to put on the barbecue sauce.
Good thing Penny's there, mate, to keep you in check.
Penny who? She's a secret. There we go. I'm going to put it on those 3. How's that? Add some bacon to the top of those.
Brilliant. You know what, though? I like Katie's explanation about why you shouldn't swallow an oyster whole. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, enjoy the flavour.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fact that it's been around for 3 years and it's.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't realise that's how long they take to grow. No wonder they're like a premium commodity when it comes to sort of shellfish.
I don't know. I think a lot of the premium too is in the looking after them. You know, like.
Yeah.
You find it. You know, keeping them in your fridge, you got to like kind of balance them out. You know, and then preparing them, you got to get all your lentils out of the cupboard to make them good. You know.
Oh, I don't know about you, mate. I've done about £5 in salt here. Look, just putting them on it. It's like... I'll have to order some more.
And now I'm going to put some pickled jalapenos on there.
I love them.
Just a little one.
You're not messing about. There's me with me butter, and then you know. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Can't wait to try these.
Sharing's caring, mate. Sharing's caring. From Sydney in Australia, mate, there's so many different types of oysters there and what you can do with them. You look almost sunburned out where you are. How come we're not getting it here?
Mate, well, all day it's been black skies and absolute downpour all day, and then about 4 o'clock the sun came out. So, but you know what, mate? We would have done this no matter what. I've got the gazebo up. Look, there we are. Lovely.
Oh, sensational. All right, I'm going to put on a bit of, this is Katie's recipe. So this is the dinner one. So pre-made butter with some herbs. I'm going to plop a little, maybe not that much. I'll put a little bit of that in each oyster. And it's probably quite a lot, actually. But butter is good, you know.
Butter makes everything taste better. I mean, look at the size of this one. See that? Massive.
Oh my God.
It's huge. Not the size of my head.
The oyster, Katie says we need ourselves an oyster tray. Ha ha ha. So
yeah, there's me like trying to pick him up with
where first, please.
I'll tell you what though, Hills, what a good idea. You know, if you're gonna start cooking these on the barbecue,
yeah,
you need something bespoke, don't you, to hold them, because they're not being funny, like they're so misshapen when it comes, there's no uniformity to the oyster, is there? So trying to put it down on the grill, it's hard, isn't it? So you almost need something what Katie has to yeah.
And it's good too, like if you're cooking over an open fire, I think what you've got would be fantastic. You know, a couple of sticks on a couple of rocks, and you can do that over an open fire anywhere, you know.
Yeah. Quick, put the patent in.
Hey?
Put the patent in already, quick. Jack's trade.
So, people out there, everybody out there, tell us if you've had oysters before. Tell us what you like about oysters. Tell you what you like with oysters. Tell us if you like our oysters, and tell us if you like Katie's oysters. How does that sound? Come on, we'll do a shout out. I'm about to eat one because these are really delicious, right?
Yeah, I've gone for one of the butter.
Mersey oysters are awesome. MERSEA, twisted ribs. I don't know where Mersey.
Oh.
That doesn't sound like, you know, the Beatles Mersey type place. Mersey, but yeah, sounds good. I'm going to have one of these ones.
Mm.
Look at that little, look at that little half shell unit.
I tell you what though, pardon me. I tell you what, Hilary though, what I've noticed, the shells don't get hot today. I know we're using tongs and gloves, but they're quite, you can handle them quite well. I mean, my grill's at 230 degrees, so it's pretty hot.
Yeah. I know you've got to take them off, but it only takes about 30 seconds a minute, and the shells are chilled out, and they're ready to
ready to go.
Mersey Essex, there you go. Essex. Yeah. Essex is a bit of a theme at the moment for me, mate. I must say, but I'd love to have some Mersey Essex oysters. Is Whitstable in Essex, or is that Kent? Oh, what's that? Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, look, there you go. I can hand it. There we are. I'm gonna have a chomp there. Look at this, Jack.
I can see Katie commenting on the feed. Katie, I was just asking Hilary, like, when it comes to price for oysters, how much are we looking for sort of a dozen oysters? It'd be interesting to know, as someone who's never looked at buying them or even sort of thought about buying them, how much are we looking at? Because these are, I tell you what, if you haven't tried them, these are lovely.
I'll tell you what, Jack. Here's Katie's recipe. Oh, let me hold it round the right way. This is the dinner and a half shell oyster. Look at that.
Never ending gobstopper.
Oh yeah. That's with a bit of butter, some greens in there, some tarragon and other good green stuff.
Yeah.
but we'll just make sure it's detached there. But yeah, that's quite chilled.
Yeah, you know what? I need to work on it. Her explanation about, you know, scraping the top rather than the bottom makes sense.
Mm. Yeah, good.
Oh.
Sorry, audience, if we're ignoring you. These oysters are really, really nice.
So Katie's basically said it varies massively depending on where you get them from, basically, the oysters. So
Okay. Yeah.
basically what I was getting at is there like a bad oyster, you know, like you can get bad steak, you can get like, you know, bad chicken from, you know, countries we sort of wouldn't expect you to import chicken from. So I wonder if the oysters are the same, you know, there's like a cheaper equivalent.
There you go. She says roughly a quid each. How's that?
That's not bad at all, is it really?
Up to a fiver.
Yeah.
Yeah. These,
£5 each for imagine that, £5 for one.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man. I tell you what, I wish I could enter that competition, but I might be a bit of a favourite for the winning. So, you know.
Yeah, a bit of a fix. That'd be a bit of a fix, wouldn't
it? Even if I was randomly chosen, it'd be. Yeah. I don't think people would, you know.
Yeah, maybe you could randomly invite me with you as well.
Random co-winners.
Yeah. Oh, what's on fire? How did we win?
So, but how are they too with the white wine, mate? Like, how does that work? Like,
yeah, you know what? Because these ones I've cooked for the main course are really rich. Like the butter's got parmesan, truffle. That's really pungent butter. The wine really cuts through it nice.
Yeah, it's nice and citrusy and sharp.
Yeah.
Great combo, mate.
Yeah.
My God, we could stand here and talk for hours about oysters and wine, couldn't we?
Grapefruit and peach. Oh.
Well, I've got a couple more bubbling there away. I can't believe it. I've eaten 8 oysters whilst we've been on the telly here.
I've done 10, and I had one before. I'll probably have a few more after this.
I think so. I'm going to have to, check out what's in the fridge after this, mate. Wow.
So, what's happening next week? Do you want to tell everyone what we're going to do next week?
Next week, yes, we're going to do some nice big bits of beef. How's that sound? Some big bits of roasting type beef. So we'll do a nice what's the word, Jack? Fillet. There you go. So lovely. I think we'll do some nice big bits of beef next week, and get everyone up to speed on a bit of beef loving.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, I have enjoyed because we've done fish 2 weeks in a row now, haven't we? Last week we did fish for home.
Yeah.
Lobster tails and sea bass and all that. Oh, lovely, honestly.
That was sensational.
Seriously, that was one of the nicest meals I've had for a long time, that fish. Oh. And then this week, what a treat, oysters. Oh.
Yeah?
Not bad all this, is it? Not bad at all.
Life is good, hey, bro.
Yeah, it's good. I haven't had a haircut for 4 months, but life's all right. Life's all right.
I'm feeling you. I'm feeling the...
You're getting a bit of salt and pepper there, Hills. A little bit...
They haven't quite cut out the grey ones yet. So we should probably give it a bit of a wrap up now, but most importantly, we should say a big thank you to Katie, the Oyster Lady. Her Instagram handle is @theoysterlady, one word. Check her out and check out her competition. She's given away some oysters and a position on one of her classes. What she
does sounds amazing.
Yeah, is sensational. So check that out. Big thank you to the venue where Katie was, which is the Boathouse in Newquay. It's always lovely to get another part of the country involved, and we'd love to do more and more around the country. See where everyone's barbecuing, what people are doing everywhere. That's what drives me. Making sure people everywhere are barbecuing. So if anybody out there wants to, has a barbecue idea, give Jack or I a nod, and we'll whip something up special for you.
Yeah, and as you say, it doesn't have to be complicated. I mean, last 2 weeks we've done stuff fairly different, haven't we? But barbecue should be pretty simple. I mean, you can't beat the odd sausage and burger on a barbecue, can you? So
exactly. it's as much the atmosphere at any point in time as well. So.
Just cooking outside is brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, I'm loving it already. And it's going to be a scorcher next week for the next few weeks. So hopefully everyone's barbecuing lots, right?
30 degrees next Thursday for our beef, mate.
Oh my God, I think. We're gonna have to get set for the beach there for that one, mate.
Have to keep hydrated for that one.
Swimming trunks. You know, I want to see you in a pair of swimming trunks, Jack.
You don't want to see that, mate.
All right. So from me, then a big thank you to Katie, the Oyster Lady. A big thank you to the Boathouse in Newquay in Cornwall, and Bar 55, Bar 12, wherever they are there, you'll figure it out on the Instagram thing. And a big
Black Cow Vodka.
Big Black Cow Vodka, thank you, for looking after, 2 out of 3 of us there. But, thank you for that and getting all of that sorted, and we'll look after you too. There's plenty more to come with vodka and barbecue. It's the way to do things.
We've got some cocktails coming in the weeks to come, haven't we? Some cocktails. We're going to make some different drinks and stuff.
And a big thank you to Erman Wines that provided us with the Sauvignon Blanc, which is a favourite tipple of mine. And there you go. And of Jack. And Jack, do you want to say a big thank you to everybody for joining Fiery Thursday?
Yeah, as always, thanks for joining us. Fiery Thursdays, 6 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time. Hillary knows this. Every Thursday we go live for half an hour, 45 minutes. Chat, barbecue, special guests. This is our, I think, 6th week we've done it, and it's every week's getting better and better. We've just had some great people on, some good special guests. We've had some great beers, great wine, and it's been a pleasure. So, yeah, see you all again next Thursday, and we'll be cooking some big old beef fillets. It's going to be pretty good.
Cheers, Jack. Always a pleasure, mate.
Salute, mate.
Have a good evening. Enjoy that sunshine that you've got that nobody else has.
Yeah. Look at this, look.
I'm turning it off now. I'm turning it off. Tell it. So catch you later, mate. Thank you.